morning. I'm going to show folks today how to water our Steinway piano that's located in the PAC. First thing before we water the piano, we want to check out our weekly watering checklist and just see when the last time it was checked and or watered. Our next thing is we need to unlock the piano and go ahead and open the doors here. All right, open the inner door. And sometimes the door doesn't open with the rug, but today it's working fine. And for the most part, the piano can actually stay in here. We don't have to do anything to take the piano out. We just need to check and to see if the lights are flashing, to see if it needs water or not. So the lights on the piano here are indicated by this mechanism that shows power, water, and then pads. So if the piano is plugged in, which we should always check to make sure it is, the power light will be on. If it requires water, this light will be flashing, it's yellow. And if the red light's ever flashing, it's really bad. It means that it hasn't been watered for a long time and the pads inside the piano actually have become dried out. But that can be rectified by watering it, and within a couple of days this light will turn off as well as the water light. So next thing I need to do is just move the piano over to the side a little bit. I know that it's turned on. I just need to go ahead and locate the tube where you add water. There's a light in here you can turn on so you can see better. And I'm just going to push the piano over to the side a little bit. Now the tube is located on the left side of the piano. And I'll pull it out right here. Once you come a little closer, you can see that. The tube actually just mounts on some clips underneath. So I've located the tube. Okay, so our next step here is just to grab the watering bucket and some of the supplies, which are located in the piano storage room. So here's the watering bucket. And then we have a piano treatment liquid here we're going to add into the watering bucket. And then we have a regular bucket that we use to add water into the piano bucket because the sinks prevent us from putting this bucket right underneath. Our next step here is just put water into the bucket here. You'll see we want to fill to the line, from the bottom up to the red line on this bucket. And again, I can't get the bucket underneath the sink, so I'm just going to use this to fill up. And you can use the shower with this, but this is pretty easy to do it. You want to run cold water. All right, so I'll just fill up like this. Do it over the sink so I don't spill any water in the bathroom. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple more times. Okay, so I filled up to the water to the line. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add some treatment. What I want to do here is just add a half of a cap full for one each bucket up to the line. So I'm going to go ahead and put a half cap in and just add that in. We want to add this in after. If we add it in before, it's all going to bubble up and you're going to be fighting bubbles. So we always add the treatment in after. Put this back in the bucket. I'll return this back to the storage room. I'm going to go ahead and water the piano. And add the water to the piano. What I'm going to do is the hose is going to go on the outside of the bucket here, and I'm going to add water. I'm just going to put a little bit in today because the light's not on for needing water. So I'm just going to add a little bit just to show you the process of doing this. So I'll go ahead, locate my tube here, add my tube right here, put it on full like that, and just go ahead, raise the bucket up, and now I'm adding water. Tube to the clips on the bottom of the piano. They're sort of on the very outside of the edge of the piano. Done. Just go ahead, put the piano back. I'm gonna go ahead and check my lights. The water light is now off and the power button's on. Turn the bench and just go ahead and return my supplies back to where I got them before. Okay, our last step, probably the most critical part in the whole watering of the piano, is just to fill up the checklist. I'll put the date, the time, and did I have any lights, did I add water, and then just put my initials there so I know who checked it last. And then I recommend just doing checks once a week on the piano. It may or may not need water. If it does need water, just check it and then come back the following week. And most likely the watering light will be on. You'll have to add water then. All right, hope this helps for the process to water the piano. Really not a lot of work. So that should be it for watering the piano. Pretty easy to do. Thanks.